Thanks for joining us. I'm Stacey Skrizak. We are digging deeper into the death of Sonya Massey at the hands of a Sangamon County deputy. On July 6th, Sonya called the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office with concerns about a prowler. While responding to the call, former deputy Sean Grayson shot and killed Sonya. Tonight, we're learning whether the deputies were aware of Sonya Massey's mental health issues before arriving on the scene. News Channel 20's Carson Gordy joins us live in Spring.
So a month and a half after the incident happens, they're learning if the deputies had something to do. I mean, obviously the officer shot her. The one we're trying to figure out if he has something to do or not is the second officer. I don't know what y'all think in the chat or those that catch the replay. Do y'all feel as though that the second officer should be charged like I do? I mean, at first I had some doubt. But I don't know, the more and more I look at the video and the more I listen to everything that's happening, I don't know. I feel like more and more he has parts.
Springfield with the very latest. Carson?
Deputies were at Sonya Massey's home just hours before she was fatally shot, but Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell says it was unclear whether the deputies knew that. Dispatch records show that on July 5th at 12:49 p.m., a call was logged under 2868 Hoover Avenue, the home of Sonya Massey. The records show that her car window was broken, how a Sangamon County deputy made sure that she made it to the hospital safely, and how she received treatment for her mental state. While there were details from that previous call, Campbell says he doesn't know if they were accessed.
There's times that dispatchers may give them, we call it call history. Dispatchers sometimes just volunteer it to the deputy while they're en route, and sometimes the deputy will ask for it. I'm not aware of what they were told or what they asked for.
How is he not aware? Doesn't he have to approve certain stuff too? Like, aren't you the one that hired him? How did you miss his background?
I asked Sangamon County Dispatch whether providing background information about previous calls would be a useful resource for deputies responding to a location. They said in part, quote, "Useful, yes, but not practical. Researching each call history would take time. The 911 system is predicated on providing the fastest assistance. Most would not wish delays when having a 911 call about a prowler." I'm Carson Gordy. Back to you.
All right, thanks for that update, Carson. We have received documents from Sangamon County that cover the investigation. Coming up tonight on News Channel 20 at 10, you can learn more about the investigation into Grayson and the second deputy. Well, area bikers are planning a ride in honor of Sonya Massey this weekend. Bikers will meet up at 1704 East Cook Street in Springfield around 2 p.m. before heading out a half hour later. The ride is set to go past the new memorial to Sonya in the capital city.
That was 3 days ago. But y'all just uploaded this on YouTube 18 hours ago. Yeah, I do know it's August 6th already.
For more information on the ride, head over to newschannel20.com. Sean Grayson is facing 3 counts of first-degree murder for the death of Sonya Massey. He's also facing charges of aggravated battery with a firearm and official misconduct. He pleaded not guilty to all charges. A judge denied him pre-trial release. He is set to be back in court later this month.
He need to stay in jail, and hopefully they don't give him no 20 to 30. They need to give this officer life in prison. Show the next officers that they're not playing shit, man, for real. Like, I'm going to keep saying it. Hopefully, her case is a beacon of light for so many other cases who have been done wrong, man, for those that have been forsaken.
Today marks nearly 4 weeks since Sonya Massey was shot and killed in her Sangamon County home. 2 deputies responded to Massey's home on Hoover Avenue just after 1 a.m. on July 6th. After they entered her home, the situation escalated to then Deputy Sean Grayson firing at Massey and killing her. Grayson has since been charged and fired.
They keep saying the situation escalated when the situation wasn't even escalated. The officer escalated the situation. An officer saw a pot that was never in this woman's hands. He kept saying, "Drop it, drop it, drop it." The pot was on the stove.
fired, but both deputies were placed on administrative leave during the investigation. But we have learned today that the second deputy who witnessed the shooting has returned to work. News
Oh,
Channel 20's
shit.
Carson Gordy joins us live in Sangamon County with the latest. Carson?
Sangamon County Communication Director Jeff Wilhite confirmed that the unnamed deputy is no longer on paid administrative leave. The deputy has returned to the office, but he's not yet returned to going back out on patrol. However, the deputy is still under internal investigation by the Sangamon County Sheriff's Department for what happened at Sonya Massey's home. This is not a criminal investigation. Body camera footage shows that the deputy never fired a shot and provided medical aid for Massey. Sheriff Jack Campbell says he is not.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. At first, I thought he did because he had his pistol out. But if he would have fired his shot, he would have ended up shooting the other officer in the back. So I had to look at the video a couple times, but he had his pistol out. But it was just the other bull shooting like crazy.
Not read his office's interview with the deputy after the shooting and has viewed the body cam footage once.
He did nothing wrong here. So egregious that he should not be a police officer anymore.
Hold the fuck up. He just said that this officer did nothing wrong, egregious to the point where he shouldn't be an officer. How about him going into the house after she said she don't need his help? She was going to close the door. Then he said, I need your ID. He could have waited outside. She went in, he went in after her. Then the second deputy goes in. He's the one that sent her to the stove. He's the one that told her to drop a pot of water that she didn't have in her hand because she said, I rebuke you. He shot a defenseless woman. And this sheriff is telling me that he was in the right? This officer assaulted a defenseless woman and took her life. He should retire. He should. Why don't they fire him? Why don't they make him resign? Because they can make him do that.
But we need to work with him. We need to make sure that mentally, that it's safe for him to work.
Safe for him?
The Illinois State Police told me they finished their investigation into the deputy's actions on July 6th and has sent over the case to the Sangamon County State's Attorney's Office. When I reached out to the county, I asked if the state's attorney, John Milheiser, plans to file criminal charges. I was told at this time, no comment. I'm Carson Gordy. Back to you.
Thanks, Carson. We did receive documents from Sangamon County that cover the investigation. We're going to take a deeper dive into that investigation into Sean Grayson and the second deputy. That's coming up tonight on News Channel 20 at 10.
And right now, the former deputy who shot and killed Sonya Massey is still awaiting his preliminary hearing. Sean Grayson was ordered to remain in custody after being charged with 3 counts of murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, and official misconduct. He has pleaded not guilty to all charges. And you can find more coverage on Sonya Massey's death over on our website, newschannel20.com. We'll also have the latest update on air and on our social media pages.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Today marks nearly 4 weeks since Sonya Massey was shot and killed in her Sangamon County home. 2 deputies responded to Massey's home on Hoover Avenue just after 1.
I think on this part right here, they're going to show y'all the phone call. I think of the mother warning the police department. And like I said, for those of y'all that that have seen all this stuff, that are up to date with it, shout out to y'all. And for those of y'all that don't know and are not caught up and are trying to figure it out, hey, look, listen, let's do this.
1 a.m. on July 6th. After they entered her home, the situation escalated to then Deputy Sean Grayson firing at Massey, killing her. Grayson has since been charged and fired, but both deputies were placed on administrative leave during the investigation. Well, we've obtained Sean Grayson's disciplinary file from Sangamon County, and it reports on the Sheriff's Department's internal investigation days after Sonya Massey's death. News Channel 20's Carson Gordy joins us in studio after digging through the documents. Carson?
After the fatal shooting of Sonya Massey, Sangamon County Sheriff's Office reviewed the body cam footage, the individual reports, and the interviews of both Sean Grayson and the unnamed deputy to decide whether they would be fired. According to Sangamon County documents, the sheriff's office determined that Sean Grayson violated 6 department policies after fatally shooting Sonya Massey.
I'll kill you and you better not. I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
Oh, I guess they're gonna show the conversation, the phone call between the sheriff and the deputy. Okay.
This includes use of force for using his gun, standard of conduct for his language before and after the shooting, and not providing medical aid, and insubordination for refusing to answer any question during his internal affairs review, even after being ordered by Lieutenant Wes Wooden. The other deputy, whose name has not been released, is still under internal investigation by the sheriff's office for policy violation, but it's not involving criminal repercussions.
You know, he did nothing wrong here, so egregious
I
that
just
he should
want
not
to
be a police
smack
officer
this man in
anymore.
the face.
But we need to work with him. We need to make sure that mentally, you know, that it's safe for him to work.
The unnamed deputy
Yo, mentally for him to be. He's talking about the second sheriff. How do they know if the second deputy? My bad, I said sheriff. The second deputy has no parts in it, because he was with him all the way. I mean, he didn't shoot her, but what if the officer wasn't in his way? Would he have thrown a shot? Because he also pulled his pistol out. Was he making it look like he was with him? I mean, I don't know. Like, the second officer is suspicious to me too.
was interviewed by the sheriffs in July. When asked if he felt threatened by Massey's hot pot of water, he stated in part, not necessarily. Once she started walking that way, I walked the other direction. In the video, the deputy is seen drawing his firearm after Grayson drew his, but the deputy did not fire any shots and provided medical assistance to Massey.
How's he doing?
Not very well. He's devastated. As our office is. And, you know, he was in shock, and, you know, he's now in disbelief.
Okay, so they talking
Sangamon
about
County confirmed that the unnamed deputy is no longer on paid administrative leave. He's back in the office, but he's not back to patrol duty. I'm Carson Gordy. Back to you.
So if they worried about his mental health, why not a longer break? Give him at least 6 months to get his, you know, his thoughts, his head together. Like, he just went through something, and y'all trying to say that he's going through like some type of PTSD or something. Why not take a longer leave? Why is he back in the office back into the job so fast? I don't know.
All right, thanks, Carson. Sangamon County State's Attorney John Milhiser said no comment when asked whether he's looking at criminal charges for the deputy. Thanks for watching. Stick around by subscribing today and don't miss a single video.
Sure, this case gets crazier and crazier the deeper we dig into it. What I want to find out is about, that's not what's right there. Here we go. This is